Now, we should be talking about the winner, probably, but Matt Hancock finished in third place during last night's final of I'm a Celebrity. The former Health Secretary was beaten by footballer Jill Scott and Hollyoaks star Owen Warner. But has the MP's participation in the show been controversial, or have people's perceptions of him changed? Joining me now is June Slater, self-proclaimed Chief Gammon. I call you our common sense correspondent, June, because I think that's what you are. It is lovely to see you. And I know you have very, very strong opinions on this. Is it just that British people have got very short memories, do you think, June?
Well, I think they're being manipulated again and can't see it because they want to watch the show. I normally would watch it, but I've boycotted it because I couldn't do that to the people who have suffered at the hands of his decision making. Just to show you how this is wrong on every single level, you're running a Twitter poll, right? And people will be able to vote about Matt Hancock. They get one vote from their one Twitter account. In this particular voting system for I'm a Celebrity, individuals voting from a phone or a mobile can vote up to 600 times. And his PR firm have been on TikTok targeting the younger audience who, let's face it, at the beginning of this would have been 14, 15, who are now 17, 18, 19. They won't see politics the way we older people do. They won't probably even know anyone in a care home who died, who could have probably been saved by not being there. They won't know anyone who was sent into care for respite, who just happened to hit the care home at the wrong time and ended up never coming out because they died in there. There's so many things gone wrong with this decision making. Then subsequently, 2 years later, a fact that people seem to forget or not know about is the High Court ruled against Matt Hancock's decision making. They didn't just say it was unsuitable, they said it was unlawful. And the only thing the public got, those who died, those who suffered, those who couldn't see and hug loved ones, the only thing they got was Matt Hancock on the hoof walking to yet another busy boy meeting where he said, well, of course, just like the Prime Minister this morning, I have apologised for this. Well, I don't think that's enough. And if it was me and I was involved at all, be it for the right or wrong reasons, I would have the common sense, decency and humanity to step away from the affray, keep a low profile, do my job in my constituency and get on with my life and try and pick up the pieces. Instead, he's having a go at laundering his sullied reputation by going on a light entertainment show just 17 months after he had to resign for breaking his own rules. Absolutely. We're sitting here obeying the rules, thinking that we're in a good pair of hands when his hands are sliding up and down Gina's support tights, whilst we can't even go and kiss our granny.
So I didn't want to watch it, June, but I love the series. I normally watch it. There's something about a winter's night, watching sunny pictures, Ant and Decca harmless. In a world before COVID, it was fantastic entertainment. I did watch it this time because my children wanted to watch it. Obviously, at 9 o'clock, I was watching GBNews, Dan Watton or Mark Dolan. But I would tape it with the kids and we'd watch it when they came home from school the next day. So I was fascinated to watch his evolution from the moment he got in there and how he won over the campmates. And I think, and my children particularly, I think you're right. I think it's a lot of the young people who voted for him. My children thought he was fabulous and funny and a bit odd and a bit geeky and a bit quirky. I was sitting there telling them they were wrong and that he had a lot of questions to answer. But isn't that how he's won this? It's been a lot of the young people, maybe, like you say, who are on TikTok. He's very cleverly run an orchestrated campaign to popularise himself with youngsters.
He's been totally focused on rebooting his career because what will happen, he'll get the whip back as soon as his plane touches down at Heathrow. Currently, don't forget, because of his government and the rules that he was party to, the people who got injured from the vaccine, who have been debilitated and unable to work, have a ceiling to claim £120,000 to see them through the rest of their life. This man is getting £400,000 for 3 weeks primetime TV to help him build his reputation. Believe me, eating a kangaroo's anus is just easy peasy for Matt Hancock because he seems to have absolutely zero scruples and obviously the same amount of taste buds. So we see a man who was at the forefront of keeping us safe. It didn't work on many levels. It cost us a fortune giving contracts out like confetti to Tory friends. And we're sitting here and we have a nation of people who are cheering him on.
I know. Well, June, a lot of our viewers, surprisingly, even GBNews viewers, who are the most switched on and awake people out there in the country, a lot of them are saying, look, he was just the mouthpiece. This is Gary on Twitter. He was just a mouthpiece. If it wasn't him, it would have been someone else. If Labour were in power, nothing would have changed. Our leaders weren't leading. They were being told what to do and to say, and we all followed along like sheep. The world has lost the plot. He was just the mouthpiece for the scientists, June.
Well, it's irrelevant because all the other scientists did have the good grace not to go in the jungle. I've said before, this is nothing to do with him particularly. I wouldn't have even attacked him as I have, and I've tried my best on every single public platform there is on Facebook to draw people's attention to the fact that people said goodbye to their next door neighbours, and different people never saw them again, unable to visit them. And this man has the audacity and the stupidity of the non-Tory Conservative Party to allow him to do it. They should have reeled his neck in. Because this man, you're forgetting how valuable he is, not as a health minister, forget that. Matt Hancock is valuable because he was the former digital minister and he worked hand in glove with the WEF. And as our government gives away our rights to non-government organisations, NGOs as they're conveniently called, like the WHO, like the UN, how important is he going to be when he spent so much close working time and admires the fourth industrial revolution?
Absolutely. Well, he was the guy that was talking about it in 2017. June Slater, as always, very switched on, knows exactly what's going on and brings that good old dose of northern common sense. My common sense correspondent, June Slater there.